Today, I'm going to walk you through the top 5 failures that drain revenue from B2C service based businesses. Think about salons, med spas, restaurants, pet grooming services, plumbers, and home service businesses. These leaks are invisible, they compound daily, and most businesses don't realize they exist until the numbers hit them in the face. By the end of this video, I'll give you a free calculator to figure out how much revenue you're losing every year in your business, why it is happening, and what can you do to fix this. So let's get into it. Number 1, poor reputation management. 93% of consumers read online reviews before choosing any local business. Think of it as your Uber Eats, your Google Maps, and your local rating websites. If you're missing out on this, you are 100% losing out on business because you'll be demerited in the rankings and you'll never show up in the discovery. A simple 1-star increase in your rating can boost your bookings by 5 to 9%. And most businesses don't realize that responding to reviews, good or bad, also increases their conversions by a huge 12%. So just by boosting your reputation, you can start getting more and more bookings. Here's a quick graph that shows you how you lose your bookings as you lose your reputation on these online review channels. Just by having a 4.5 out of 5 rating, you're losing 15% against the baseline in terms of bookings. And as you start losing more and more reputation, the bookings just drop exponentially. For example, at a 3.5 out of 5 rating, you're only getting 35% of the bookings that a 5-star restaurant or a business would. And the math for this is super simple. Just by increasing 0.5 stars in your ratings, you can get roughly 15% more bookings against what you're doing right now if you're at a 4 stars. So reputation management is like super important, and a lot of businesses overlook these, and that just means they're just leaking revenue day in, day out. And that is why reputation management is right up there in the list, because it has a huge impact on your top of the line. And if you're neglecting it, you might not feel it in your day to day, but in the long run, you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in missed revenue. Number 2, speed to lead. In 2025, when a customer reaches out to a business, they expect the business to respond back to them in less than 45 seconds. Just by responding in the first 5 minutes, you have 78% chances of converting that lead for your business. And this quick graph shows you how you lose your chances for conversion for every new customer just by delaying the response that you give to them. Just by going a little over 5 minutes, you're losing 16% chances compared to the baseline. And the math for this is super brutal. For a business that is doing 200 inquiries per month and their average appointment size is roughly $85, if you take 1 hour to get back to your customer, that means 50% missed conversions. And annually, that is $102,000 lost in revenue. This is revenue which could have been yours just by responding to your customers faster than your competition at least. Number 3, inefficient capacity management. A huge number of service businesses leave 15 to 25% money on the table just because of unused capacity. That means that your prime time slots are filled, your off-peak time is not, and your team is just sitting there without any work. That's money that you're leaving on the table that you could have converted. Add to that those no-shows and last-minute cancellations, that is an additional 10 to 15%, and all of this added is roughly 20 to 30% utilization that you could have had. Number 3, inefficient capacity management. A huge number of service businesses leave money on the table just because of unused capacity. Their prime time slots are filled, but their off-peak time just remains empty. Add to that those last-minute cancellations or no-shows that happen day in, day out. That also adds 10 to 15% more in wasted capacity. And the math, again, day-to-day might just look okay. But if you zoom out and extrapolate it to a year, a business that is doing $400,000 annual revenue at 75% capacity is leaving $100,000 annually on the table. And just by filling half of those slots, the same business can have $50,000 more in newfound revenue. So whatever gets measured gets managed. And if you're not measuring your no-shows, your cancellations, and your utilization right now, this might be a great time to start doing that. Number 4, the after-hours opportunity. 30 to 40% of all requests happen in after hours. That's when your business is sleeping in the evenings and on weekends. And 78% of customers buy from whoever responds to them first. If your business is sleeping, your customers don't go to the cheaper competitor. They just go to the fastest competitor of yours. And by the time you're back the next morning, the lead is already gone and they've booked with a competitor of yours. If you have no coverage in after hours, that's 0% conversion half of the time every single week. Again, in the short term, it might just mean you're losing a couple of bookings here and there every single day. But if you stack these up and you extrapolate these to a year, that's roughly $50,000 in lost revenue for a business that is doing 200 inquiries daily and their 35% of queries are in after hours. That's also revenue that you could have made just by being there, just by responding to your customers on time. And number 5, lack of follow up. A huge number of businesses never follow up with their warm leads. And that is the closest thing to money in your pipeline that you can acquire at a very low cost. Most businesses just stop after a couple of follow-ups because you're doing this manually. Here's a quick chart that shows you how you can increase your conversion just by doing more follow-ups. And you'll notice that just by doing one more follow-up, if you're doing only one early, you can double your chances of conversion. Take that to an AI automated sequence and it can go all the way up to 45% as well. And the math again, super simple. If you had 80 non-responders earlier and you just make a 30% improvement in your follow-ups, that is roughly $25,000 in recovered revenue for your business. So these are the top 5 reasons why B2C service businesses are leaking revenue in the business day in, day out. All of these leakages might seem super small on a day-to-day basis, but if you stack all of these up, aggregate all of these, in the long run, that's hundreds and thousands of dollars that you can recover without adding to your cost at all. So these were the top 5 reasons why B2C service businesses are leaking revenue in their business day in, day out. It might look super small at a daily basis, but at a yearly level, we've figured out how these costs really stack up. And now that we've identified why these leaks are happening, let's go towards how we can fix these. The good news is we live in 2025 and there is a way for that. If you've been watching my other videos, you already know this. One of my core beliefs is that customer support is the killer app for generative AI. Right after the ChatGPT moment in November of 2022, a huge unlock that it did for the whole world was AI's ability to answer your customer support queries. Today, AI can answer more than 80% of your customers' queries successfully. It can book appointments for you. It can even do hyper-specific follow-ups with your customers to get them to make those bookings. And that is exactly what I help businesses install in their operations. It's what we call the no leads left behind system. It's an elaborate 9-step process in which we evaluate your operations, we design a hyper-specific solution exactly based on your needs, and then we do a phased rollout to deploy it to production for your customers so that they can just easily hand off to an AI and the AI can be your first line of defense. If you want to know more about the system, click on the link here and it will help you understand in depth what we help you install. If you've been watching up until now, as promised at the start of this video, I'm giving you a free revenue leak calculator that you can use from the link in the description. It takes less than 2 minutes to fill and it'll tell you exactly how much revenue you're leaking, why it is happening, and how we can help you fix that for your business. And if you're ready to solve the problem right now, book a free discovery call with me from the link in the description.